Not far from the Roman Forum, the Theater of Marcellus is the only surviving ancient Roman theater used to stage plays. Julius Caesar began its construction to dwarf the nearby theater of Pompey, his bitter enemy. Augustus, when he completed the building, named it after his daughter's husband, Marcellus. Before then, theatrical performances were held in temporary wooden structures put up whenever needed. This permanent theater fixed the plan for the classical Roman theater, a horseshoe auditorium that was built of masonry and not into a naturally formed basin. The scenery consisted of a high backdrop wall of various levels, decorated with columns, niches, and statues. The original appearance was altered in the Middle Ages when a fortress was constructed in the building by the Pierleoni family, and yet again in the 16th century when it was transformed by Baldassare Peruzzi into the residence of the Savelli family. The Circus Maximus was the largest stadium in ancient Rome. Built in the 6th century BC during the time of the Tarquins, at one point the circus could seat some 250,000 people, or 1/4 of Rome's population. At the height of the Roman Empire, these races were a manifestation of its wealth. Anywhere between 20 and 60 days a year were devoted to them. These were not simply sporting events. From sunrise to sunset, Romans from every corner of the empire would travel to witness a combination of religious ceremonies, public gatherings, and an average of 25 races per day. During breaks from the races, the arena also held a variety of religious ceremonies, boxing and wrestling matches. Even the occasional gladiator exhibition found its way into the circus. It is presumed that the majority of Christian martyrdom in the city also took place at the Roman Circus Maximus. Better known as the Coliseum, the Flavius Amphitheater is the biggest and most imposing building of its kind from the Roman era, as well as the most famous monument from ancient Rome. Construction was begun by the Emperor Vespasian and completed by his son Titus in 80 AD. Today it enthralls visitors both for its architectural beauty and as one of the greatest triumphs of Roman engineering. The Colosseum is one of the most majestic structures to adorn imperial Rome. The exterior of the Roman Colosseum is made entirely of travertine, stretching 527 meters around and 4 stories high. The arches of the 2nd and 3rd stories were originally filled with statues. There were 80 entrances, with the 2 principal ones reserved for the emperor and his entourage. Coliseum is a tremendous amphitheater, a symbol of both the grandeur and cruelty of the mighty Roman Empire. Capable of seating some 50,000 spectators, the Colosseum hosted spectacular games, including gladiator exhibitions, fights between animals, executions of prisoners, and strangely enough, naval battles. Untold thousands of humans and animals met their end in what is today one of Rome's most popular tourist attractions. The tiers of seats were inclined in such a way as to enable people to get a perfect view from wherever they sat. Entry to the Colosseum was free for all Roman citizens, but places were divided according to social status. The seats at the top were designated for the common people, while those closer to the center were reserved for those of higher social status.